I know the feeling.
So we've got a team here, Team Red. It's Bloody Nine, Annihilate, Jenkins, Monib, and Ryu. This is a team that did get directly invited to the regionals, and then of course it came out later that they had changed their roster 2 days beforehand, and so because of that they weren't able to go directly into the regionals. How do you rate them in the sort of scale of NA Dota right about now? What's your thoughts on their like skill level, the players? You play against a decent amount of them,
Um,
right?
it's kind of a tough call for me simply because I haven't really paid attention to it at all, but I definitely know all of the players.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I definitely know where they stand in terms of skill level. They're all roughly like seven between 7 to 8K players. So individually, like rating their skill, they're definitely up there. But as far as how they play as a team, that's an entirely different story. So we're just gonna have to see how they mesh as a team for now. I don't really have any good gauge on them as a team, but they're definitely up there just as players.
Yeah, I would be pretty surprised if they didn't end up qualifying through the second round. Like, it didn't seem likely that we were going to get anybody, because they also faced off against Complexity. That was the other side that was kind of rough in their bracket, was that they were up against Complexity in like the round of 64 or something, so they weren't able to get that far. Looking at their bracket this time, the other big team there is the QO stack, and it looks like they are not on the same side of the bracket as them, as far as I can tell. I'm not sure if there's anybody else really in NA that there's going to be like some other high MMR stacks, but I don't know. I feel like they're one of the favorites in this to make it through.
The competition's rough this time around in the open qualifiers since a lot of people got kicked out of the open qualifiers, or sorry, the regional invites.
Right. But there is 2 extra slots though. That's the other part of it. That's
Ah,
maybe a
that's
little
true.
bit
That is
better.
true.
Um, let's see how many. So yeah, we've got Fire that still is going to need to go through. They ended up losing yesterday actually to the team that lost to Will Wreck while whistling. There's Infamous NA, and pretty much everybody else besides Red is out of there. That's like a super well-known stack, and then the rest of them are sort of, party stacks of high MMR players. Um, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it ends up working out. Clockwork Ogre with the Keeper of the Light Sand King. Man, Coddle has just been everywhere.
I think people are picking up on just how good Coddle is. I was watching Febby's stream and I watched him play Coddle and I was thinking to myself, man, this hero is so annoying.
Yeah,
This is like the most annoying hero to deal with. Like
yeah,
he moves super fast. Monolith is a bitch to deal with, and everywhere he goes, he can bring someone with him. It's like right now he's starting to feel like a somewhat like a Wisp.
mm,
Obviously, not quite the same, but that mobility and the his utility is pretty insane.
yeah. And then like he can farm and push out lanes too. Like he's just got he
He does it
has
all. Yeah.
out of support. I'm not sure if there's another hero that does like he does things better than other supports are built exclusively to do. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking about his ability to, blinding light. It's an insanely good spell. Mana leak, an insanely good spell. Chakra magic. Like it's just all. Each of those could be like the main ability for another hero in some ways.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but also paired together with the Sand King here, I kind of like this combination because I remember there was a period of time where you would have the offlaners that would just like hang out in the trees forever and wait for a kill. Now, if you bring the Coddle down there, he can instead be the person that waits forever in the trees for a kill and then recalls Sand King in. He goes for the Burrow Strike Epi while Coddle just like, passively pushes lanes or something.
It's also a pretty good combination with the Sand King. You just barrel strike and you get a free illuminate.
Mm,
And I wouldn't even be surprised if it was gonna be run like as a dual lane to begin with,
yeah, I think.
because it's like really difficult to punish the offlaner when there's a Coddle using illuminate constantly, and it
Well,
really helps the offlaner get level 2, level 3 without really having to risk much.
the other thing about this, I feel like, is that you have a draft. This has been like the constant response. Everybody's been picking Night Stalker now, and I don't think it's a great answer against Kato because he still does all of that great stuff, even if he does have limited, daytime. I don't know. Do you like the Night
I
Stalker
think I think
pick?
it's actually a pretty good pick.
Okay.
Um, I think it's actually like game changing in a sense, like just to deny the Coddle from picking up the Scepter. Because I mean, if you're against a Night Stalker, there's really no reason for you to buy a Scepter.
Right.
Like the amount of time you're gonna have it up is so little. I would say like maybe like every 30 seconds, and then you're gonna have like a 2-minute downtime.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I'm still thinking though that like all of his spells still make him viable, and now you have a Night Stalker on your team. You know what I mean? Like the Ags is great, but Coddle, even just as he stands, is still a pretty good hero too. I guess that you have to make sure that the. I guess here's what I'll say is that I feel like if you only pick a Night Stalker to build to counter the Coddle, and you don't have like some other way to use that hero, then you're kind of losing a little bit of value there. Is that fair to say? Maybe.
That's definitely the case, but I still think like Night Stalker is a little underrated.
Okay.
It really comes down to how well he can start off the game during the first night. I think that's really what it comes down to.
All right. And I guess you can usually. Do you like him played then in like the off lane role, or do you think that he has to be position 4?
That's a tough one. I actually think that he's better being played as a position 4 now. If you play him as a position 3, you're pretty much going to have to walk into the jungle.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. If that's not the case, then maybe you can run Ogre and Night Stalker together. It's not like terrible, but it is still a little weak.
Reserve time.
Okay.
The nice thing about Night Stalker is that his base damage is really high. His armor is also really good. So, I mean, if you do go for the jungling route, having an Iron Talon is not that bad. You'll actually farm at a decent rate. But at the same time, that's also why I think he's a little better as a 4 position, simply because you can just buy an Iron Talon jungle as a 4 and wait until the first night. By the time you finish the first night, you probably would be level 4 or 5 already, and you just run around and void people. And there's like it's like a really, really strong ability for the first night. Like no one can escape that.
No. Usually I feel like it's you tend to not be able to quite get to like level 5 unless you get a kill in lane or something like that. But you could get like level 4, and then you have your silence and 2 points in void, and then you're able to like make those dives happen. And well, it looks like right now we've got the Radiant team trying to shore up their laning stage a little bit. They've already got 2 really strong laning heroes in Clockwork and Razor. This feels to me like if Team Red aren't careful, they might kind of get ran over a little bit.
I think like while that is kind of true, I feel like they're just kind of like drafting into Team Red's or Team Red is kind of like drafting them into a corner right now, because pick after pick they're just picking to counter the Team Red's heroes. You know, Razor just to deal with Lifestealer, and Night Stalker just to deal with Coddle. And because of this, right now they're kind of lacking in team fight. I think that if Team Red just group up, I don't think there's like much the Radiant can do about this team fight.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that that's also one of the inherent weaknesses with having like Ogre and Night Stalker, is that there's no big AoE abilities. You don't have anything like a kinetic field to keep everybody kept together. You don't have something like a Burrow Strike to connect onto several. And they're going to ban out the Invoker, which would have also been a nice way to help bulk up that team fight. Maybe they go like, I was going to say something like Tinker, but they have a good amount of answers for Tinker too. I don't know, maybe they just have to go like something really hard pressing down the lanes, like a TA or something. Oh, it's already banned by
They
them.
banned it out themselves. Yeah.
All right, never mind.
Ooh. I think they just pick something that can pair up with the Night Stalker and get kills together at this point.
Ooh.
Queen of Pain, I'm not the biggest fan, but it could work.
Yo, Lone Druid's in the pool. What the hell? How is this a thing?
I think if they took Lone Druid, they probably get demolished.
Oh God! All right. Well, apparently they got a Meepo player. I actually didn't know that on their team. Who is it that plays Meepo for? Is it? It's not. Let's see.
I'm not sure. Maybe Annihilate.
Okay.
But this, I mean, Team Red definitely sensed the weakness in the other team's AoE potential, and also their single target is not exactly the greatest either. It's pretty much going to come down to Queen of Pain dumping all of her spells on one person if they're going to focus down someone. So Meepo is a really solid pick here. Like you said, Lone Druid completely ignored, but Meepo was also ignored. Maybe it's not as uncommon in the North American scene, but when I was casting the Southeast Asian qualifiers, Meepo is never ignored. It's either banned or picked. So
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like this game might be over. This is like when I think about what you need to deal with the Meepo. The thing that always pops up is AOE disable, or like, why are you playing here? You should get a direct invite. Oh, Midnight's sad. Like AOE disable and single target damage to like make it happen, and they sort of don't have that. I don't know. Look at this, because I can't support Tardo Monib, 7k stacks playing against 4k stacks.
oh well,
How,
maybe the game is already over.
yeah.
It's a clear sign that the game's over when the team is not even discussing about the game. They're just talking about the like rule booking.
How unfair it is. You're not allowed to be 3k MMR ahead of us. That'd be sad.
Oh, so Monib is the Meepo player.
Okay. Didn't know that was what he ended up doing. That's cool. Yeah, I think that this is a team that you definitely should keep our eyes on throughout the rest of the qualifiers. I'm not sure who it's going to come down to, but I feel like, I mean, anything can happen in the best of ones. That's what's so scary about them, particularly with a team that's like newly formed and might not have that same level of consistency. Could be something to be a little bit worried about.
Look at this tryhard Ryu.
This guy.
TPing into lane and placing wards after the team has announced that they're a 4K stack.
Can't believe you. This is despicable, honestly.
If I was Ryu, I would have walked into that tier 1 tower and started dropping wards.
I just place him down there. Here, you guys get a free one.
Right. Yeah, I was lying. I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Don't play in open qualifiers with ASN. That's what it says. Any advices to get 7K? I just want them to say get good. Oh, all right.
Satanic rituals. That's one I've never heard. Well, you heard it here first. 7K is sacrificing something.
Yeah. Got to do something. I mean, playing better certainly is not the answer. That's not what you need to do.
Yeah, practice is overrated.
Clockwork's out here. They're all being scouted out. Probably we'll be able to see where this ward is placed. We'll watch and wait. And it looks like hasn't placed it as of yet. They're not going to get the D ward, at least for now. But yeah, you mentioned it, the dual lane of the Sand King and the Coddle. This was something that I remember Liquid doing a ton of as well, was just dual laning with Coddle every time they got a chance to do it. And they're doing Brewmaster as well. What is it about this hero that just makes him great for dual laning?
It actually just completely comes down to the Illuminate. You can nuke out waves really safely, and when you have such a large wave of creeps on your side, your opponents aren't exactly going to try to fight you.
Oh man, and
just like this.
Look at how much this lane, like how far up this lane met. They were doing tons of blocks there. And now again, play 9. Maybe in a little bit of trouble, actually. Sand King isn't here, trying to TP out.
Right, he's good. Just kidding. That last tick of Ignite.
4K's my booty. They're doing it. They're making it happen.
They're doing it. They were just joking. These guys are actually 7K.
Oh my god. If they lose right now, the double pushback. All right. There's little things going on right now. Uh-oh. It feels like the casual trash talk is going to continue. Oh my god, these people.
Classic taco burrito exchange.
Yeah. This is what the NA qualifiers are all about. We'll see if they ended up getting the D ward there. No, actually, Nacho's able to get the D ward himself. And another pushback on Annihilate here. This is so frustrating. I don't speak enough Spanish for this. I'm sorry, guys. Do you speak any other languages?
Yes, I speak Cantonese.
I speak Cantonese.
It's a really useless language, though. Actually, no, it's not that useless, but it's pretty useless.
It's Hong Kong and San Francisco. That's pretty much it, right?
There's a lot of parts in Southern California.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Pretty good.
Is it 7 tones for that one, by the way? As we see Ryu possibly going to die. Oh, Ryu, run away. No, he ended up going down. It looks like Nachos might not end up falling either, actually, as how the rage movement speed increased, but he's right on top of him. They can't get him. Can't get that kill. 2-0 start. Team Red, what are you doing?
They're being nice. At the very start, they said, "Please just let us have fun."
Okay.
So Team Red is, letting him have fun.
I do love this Night Stalker set, by the way. Look at these chains.
What are we
on the
doing
wings.
anyways? Why are we being so biased? Who knows, man?
That's true.
I just want to see that. Now I kind of want to see this Radiant team own.
I want him to see
All right,
it.
all right. Well, first of all, they have to deal with this Meepo problem.
Yeah.
The Meepo problem's gonna be a thing very soon.
He has 24 CS versus the 13 of the Queen of Pain. Meanwhile, in spite of the 2 kills, he still have Lifestealer 17 and 5. So it feels like Radiant right now, they're getting a lot done around the map with kills, but the farming rate is still into the favor of Team Red.
Yeah. This is like kind of why Coddle is pretty good in the offlane. It's like really difficult for your carry to farm, especially for a hero like Razor. Razor just does not really have good base damage, so last hitting is not exactly easy for him.
I feel a little bit shook here. I just saw Jenkins, I think, miss 3 CS out of 4. I don't know what exactly it is. Oh god, mid lane maybe going to be able to take this, though. Queen of Pain just barely able to get out of there. And I mean, it's not as if they're playing bad necessarily. It just feels like they're not taking it the most seriously in the world, maybe? I don't know. Hard to tell.
Are you talking about Team Red?
Yeah.
I mean, the lane is not exactly easy for them. It's like you said, right? Radiant kind of drafted for the laning phase.
Yeah.
So Team Red are going to have to deal with these heroes. It's not an easy matchup for any of them, except for Meepo versus Quap. I think Meepo versus Quap is decently Meepo favored.
Yeah. Well, and we're seeing that quite heavily. I mean, again, the most CS in the game right now, simultaneously farming out both the jungles of his own, getting bounty runes. This is the dream Meepo game. And top lane, Nachos in a little bit of trouble. Annihilate on top of him. Doesn't have another rage. They're bringing in the Night Stalker. Early levels for him. So does have the 1-1-1 build. And it looks like they aren't quite going to be able to do it. So backs out again as...
Another kill mid.
Oh, jeez.
Feels bad. Report, please. Oh, God. Oh, bottom lane? The stun illuminate combo comes out.
They got it. Oh, my God. They take down another. So what was looking good for a little bit for the Radiant team is now starting to be a bit more of a struggle. They have the salve under tower trying to take this. Doesn't break the salve. They instead find the Queen of Pain who went for the level 5 rotation. Not sure if that's what we need to do. Trying to TP out. No mana on the Ogre to break it. Oh, it hurts. It hurts so bad.
All right, and both of them are out. That was your mid player rotating in. And this Queen of Pain, kind of close to 6. Meepo, almost level 9. Seems good.
Yeah, this is tough. This is a hard life. But this is what ends up happening, you know? You play against some of the players that are like significantly better than you. You get a chance to see what it's like in a high-level game and you maybe make some changes for the next time around. They are going in a little bit deep here. And please needs to be careful. I think they do have a glimpse still. He ended up using the silence. That was a really good play. And now they're going to instead glimpse out the clockwork, so he is not going to be able to kill Ryu. The void, damage very low, and well, might end up still going down here to another rocket flare. 10 seconds away from that one. And Ryu does not have a TP. Meepo jumps in, wants to get aggressive. Oh, geez, that is not the play. Now they jump inside of a creep. Monib still very low. Might end up going down here as they're on top of him, and they do end up finding a kill on a Monib. Much needed. Annihilate goes down as well, and Nachos, the hero for today.
I like how their entire team simultaneously typed "good game, well played" as the Queen of Pain missed the ulti.
Yeah. I mean, it happens to the best of us. It's something that goes on occasion.
Yeah. This is what makes it's open qualifiers, open qualifiers. You know, the game continues, but the chat continues as well.
Yeah. It would be like the biggest sin if somehow, some way, like Face It disqualified people for all chatting, because this is just the best. This is what you want out of opens. Well,
All right.
Clockwork.
Well, Radiant are hanging on. They're not doing bad.
Yeah, and Clockwork is, you know, he's almost level 6 at this point. He is going into the jungle now to finish this off, I guess. Gets the battery assault. I'm going to right-click down some creeps. But is this a hero that can sort of turn the game completely back into your favor, or is Clockwork kind of
So this is how I see this game going on right now.
Okay.
This game is pretty much like a 5v4 at this point, and Meepo is just like the hidden raid boss for Dire team. And once he's done farming, the game just ends at this rate. Because Radiant just pretty much aren't doing anything to deal with them right now. Alright, Razor gets a full static charge link, but no one has detection. Jenkins misses the stun.
There was a
Everyone's
chance there.
here. Oh. It's daytime again too, so Night Stalker kind of useless. This Night Stalker should just stay in the jungle and keep hitting creeps. Oh,
All
Ryu goes down.
A little bit of a misplay there. And again, I ended up missing it. There's a lot of action all over the map. It's very like chaotic, and I think I'm gonna go with that excuse for now. But first Dragonlance done, yeah, for Meepo. He hits level 11 for himself. So the 2 points in ulti currently and maxed out poof. He's actually going for more in the Geo Strike as well. Kind of a cool little build. I always felt like that skill is really good to max out early.
You need this skill. I'm not exactly, you know, a Meepo player, but my take on this like kind of Meepo build is that it just depends on the game, and it's totally a gut decision. I feel you just kind of level it between the net and the Geostrike as you please, and how you think the game is going.
Lifestealer maybe in a little bit of trouble here. He does still have Infest. Decides to turn and fight Nachos. Might be able to bring him down. Still can use that Infest if he wants to, and trying to jump inside of a creep and now run away. So he's fine. Jenkins dropping items on the ground. That's wonderful. I feel like there's just no respect between these teams.
I don't even know if it's that. I think they've come to this. This is the kind of game where both teams have come to the conclusion at the very start, where it's like, we all know how this is gonna end, but let's just all have a good time, mess around. That's the kind of game this is.
You can see right there too, like Quap comes down, tries to see if they could find a kill, and then realizes after using a bit of the mana pool that they actually can't. Now has to run back towards base. Like this is a hard game at this point for her.
Oh, relocate coming in. Disruptors brought in. Are they going to catch them? Not close enough.
Almost. That would have been big. Clockwork is here though. It's 6 seconds away from having a hookshot back up. If they could take a fight right now, this would be pretty good. Quap does not have a
risky
TP though.
They have to wait for the Keeper of the Light's ultimate to run out.
Oh.
Because if they decide to take a team fight right now, Coddle's just going to pull one more person in.
All right, ulti is down.
Right,
Ryu in trouble. They glimpse him back in. The static storm down as well, and I mean they can't really make anything happen with that. So a win right now for the Radiant team. Can they win the game though?
Oh, Queen of Pain has Veil, so their AOE is pretty good for now. Oh, Epicenter.
Oh, they're not going to see it coming. They're right on top of him. They illuminate through. They find the kill. Nicely played. Jenkins hanging out in the trees there.
Nicely done. And Jenkins, he's got his Blink Dagger already. So this offlane was incredibly successful, even with that first blood going towards Radiant. And the Meepo train continues, though. 7,600 net worth. The line is just so far ahead of everyone else's.
So how do you deal with Meepo, like, in the laning phase? Do you, because he can just be everywhere, right? So is it by virtue of trying to continuously invade the jungle, or what's the way you deal with them?
I feel like for this kind of for this game at least, I think one of the better ways to deal with him is you I think you just give up on the safe lane. Not give up on the safe lane. I think Razor is more than enough to lane with by himself. Oh, Ryu gonna get picked off.
And that's some trouble. He is silenced
he's
up,
good.
although. Annihilate's on top of him, and now they've got the Burrow Strike with this kinetic field
what
onto
a
2.
stun.
Oh, Quap, she was silenced, couldn't get the ulti off. It does end up killing the Disruptor there, but might still be a bit of a problem. Annihilate going to be controlled and brought down. Another kill into the coffers of Nachos. That hook well off the mark, but well, he's getting money towards that Blade Mail.
Well, Meepo has level 15, Blink Dagger, and Lifesteal. So that Roshan kill is going to come soon. But like I was talking about, I think if you wanted to shut down Meepo this game, you pretty much have to sit the Ogre in the middle lane for the first night and give your Night Stalker as much time to farm before the first night ends. And then I would say not just the both of them. I think you would need one more, maybe Queen of Pain. They would need to infiltrate the jungle and see where the Meepo is farming.
Okay.
But I think that time has long passed, and this Meepo is coming up close to 10k. He's going to go solo Roshan right now.
Yeah, and in the meantime, they're also going to be losing the Clockwork up in the top lane. So what was going good, at least for the Radiant team, is not even able to do that anymore. And with an Aegis and Static Storm going to be off cooldown pretty soon, Epicenter is off of cooldown. This is feeling like it might be that time you were talking about when they just go and end the game.
Yep. Because unfortunately for Radiant, all they did manage to get was just kills. Every other tier 1 for Dire is still up, so those kills, it's nice and all, but it doesn't really amount to too much.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Just goes to show how, a little bit off the mark there, and Ryu ends up going down.
He goes down again.
Drop the kinetic field as well. While Mona picks off one in the top lane, kills just all over the dang place. So Nachos dies for Ryu. Still a really good trade for Team Red. And then having a Meepo in the back pocket definitely feels like it's a really good thing for a team in general.
Gotta have a Meepo player this patch.
Yeah.
And look at this poor Razor. He's got 4k net worth versus the 5.3k of the Sand King in his lane.
Ugh.
This Razor, it's only 14 minutes in, and I feel like this Razor is pretty much fallen off. His only real teamfight contribution is like hitting Plasma Field and making sure he hits the Static Link on the Lifestealer, but I don't even think he can survive long enough to make use of that Static Link.
Yeah, this is not looking
Here
good.
we go.
Poof in, he's gone.
And he's dead.
And now, well, Ryu ends up actually saving the Night Stalker right there. There's the question mark. Yeah, that's good.
He's, oh god, poor Ryu. He's getting it from his team already, too.
Yeah. They already kicked one player. They're not afraid to do it again. Get out of here. Leviathan Jenkins, too. Oh, man.
Oh, this all chat. Poor Ryu.
I know.
I'll be sure to send him a message.
I love me some Ryu. He's the bestest. I mean, let's be real. He ended up carrying the team here through his leadership and, everything. Oh, God. Meepo's
Team
gone.
morale. No, Ryu, not like this.
Oh, he is, well, yeah, in some trouble. They throw out the rocket flare, not going to be there. He runs himself.
Meepo gets caught out.
They might end up taking him down, actually. No, that's the Aegis going to pop. And I think off the back of this.
I don't know if he can 1v4, though. He might be able to 1v4 here.
Out, trying to bring him down.
I don't think you want to be stuck here with a Meepo.
Oh, God, there goes one, maybe two.
Night Stalker's going to go down.
Monip is on a tear. They're taking down another. Monip is all over him. He ended up popping another Meepo in that time, and the entire Radiant team is forced to run away. Oh, it is a disaster.
Yeah, Night Stalker knows what's up.
Lordy, lordy.
Oh, wait. Monip's not done yet. He wants more.
Get over here.
And Razor is dead again.
Yeah, that is the worst. My God. Well, that's what happens. And he's almost got a Scotty as well. Jeez. Oh, Burrow Strike mid lane. There's another dead. Chapa Paladas is going to go down. Bloody Nine may be in some trouble, though. He could pop ulti there, and he should be fine.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Aeos, and I think this is about it. This is This is looking to be near the end. I'm gonna take a look and see if we can find any more of the crazy games at all. That
that's
are
a good idea.
happening.
Meatball's coming up close to level 20. 17 minutes in. Good game, well played, has been called again. I actually believe that there is a rule against this, though.
Really?
Oh, Razor's done. He's had
Oh,
enough.
They really are GG.
had
Well
enough.
played. Report XD. Okay, I report.
Yeah, I think all chatting is allowed, but I think you cannot fake GG. I'm not sure.
Well, the careers of Nachos and the rest of the Radiant team, you know, they might get Valve banned for this one. That's a rough life. They'll never be able to compete in a major for various reasons.
Not like this. It's the fake GG. One person is done playing, but the rest of the 4 are gonna mess around and not end the game. Oh, Ryu is dead again.
Oh
Maybe.
no!
He's dancing in his ultimate.
Run away! Yeah, he's super.
Save him, team.
Oh, the hook shot a little bit off the mark. Monib, though, it was
wasn't
all a
for
bait.
nothing.
They're going in
Yeah,
for
it
it.
was a bait.
They aren't quite going to be able to get there, it looks like. Well, there's the burrow strike. Connects on the Nachos. This should be the Quap still dying. I think he has another net. Yeah, and he's able to find him. Just a couple hits. The Sonic Wave, not nearly enough damage. And could be time to go high ground if they want to test it. But yeah.
Oh, they're going for more. Maybe Monique will get a rampage here. Oh, just kidding. Jenkins stole it.
I can't believe it, Jenkins. Well, double kill for him. Courier was fed. There's buybacks, but it's really not looking great. The net connects onto 2 of them. Another little burrow strike through, annihilates there. There's sort of conflicting messages about if they want to go in or not. It looks like they will epicenter this. They jump in with Monib as well. Popping the shrine. They want to make it work, but it's just not going to be there. Armlet toggling as well from Annihilate to survive through those tower shots. And please,
My sucker's destroying his items.
All right, let's hop out of this one. There's another game. I'm going to shoot it to you in the chat because I think this one is about over.